Hi folks, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. Alrighty, so I'm going to be doing a review of the Cozy Mystery Sampler by Lorraine Bartlett. Okay, so really weird about this one is when you put it on sleep, sometimes it will show this and sometimes it will do like something else. And anyways, so for people that don't know, last month I had some serious issues with my reader because I had Kobo Plus and Listen, and my reader did not refuse to acknowledge that I had it. So I went and I canceled it, and I got my refund and all that jazz. So I decided instead of getting books on Kobo Plus or Try to, I was just going to flat out just buy the books. And this is going to segue into another part of this video that I want to talk about. But anyways, so this is a sampler of some of her work that she has published. So I did get The Crafty Killin' on Kindle. I read the sample here on Kobo, and I really did like it. So that's why I got it for Kindle because, you know, I'm kind of like, don't be wrong, I love my Kobos, I really do, but I love the idea of being able to read free books and decide if their writing style is something I really happen to like. So I actually absolutely loved the sampler. I really, in all honesty, I did not read the final one because I had already made up my mind that I did enjoy the book. The only thing that might turn people off is that this is a book with samplers in it. All in all, it was an enjoyable book, and it definitely got me interested in getting some of the books that are in here. So yeah, enjoyed that a lot, and I gave it 5 stars. Alright, so I'm going to segue into something that happened yesterday. I was kind of kind of winding down from my shift. I was getting ready to go home, and I got a message on my phone that said that the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, which is in St. Louis, Missouri, I did not know that until yesterday, overrode a federal judge's decision about this. It is it's Arkansas Act 372, and basically said that the 2 parts of it that was ruled on by the federal judge can go into effect. Of course, Arkansas is immediately thinking, oh, wonderful, we got them now. We got these evil librarians, they're evil people, they're giving our children evil things. We got them, they're done for. Here's one small problem. And I am not a lawyer, but I'm just going to use my common sense here. Arresting somebody for violating the law is one thing. Getting a conviction is entirely different. Everyone knows that. So the reason that getting this conviction is going to be very difficult is that the law is not clear on what is defined as obscene. Everybody looks at something differently than other people do. So you're going to have these librarians that are going to be arrested because some parent did not like what their child checked out. Okay? And they're going to be arrested, and when it goes to trial, it's going to reverse upon itself. It's going to be like, okay, is there a clear definition of obscenity? There isn't. The Supreme Court didn't even do that. So trying to prove obscenity is going to be very difficult because everybody has a different view of what's considered obscene. I'm pretty sure the people next door to me have a different view of what's considered obscene. So you're going to have a law that's going to be absolutely unenforceable because it's not clear. There's a clear definition of murder. There's a clear definition of armed robbery. There's a clear definition of rape. This is not one of those. No. So, it's going to... Arkansas already is the laughing stock, along with all the other states. But this is really going to make them the laughing stock and everything. And I'm just like, whatever. So, they're figuring out their options. I'm just going to say, look, at least they didn't rule on the constitutionality of the thing. Yeah, hey, state, be lucky they didn't do that. But it's very difficult to describe obscenity because, as I said before, everybody has a different view of what is considered obscene. Now, what exactly is going to happen? Well, Amazon is probably going to be like, okay, we need to figure out what we're going to do with this law. Because they do not want to be, like, charged with, like, distributing harmful material to a minor. So what I think might end up happening is there might end up being basically a fence around the state, and people are not going to be able to get books. They're not going to be able to get the books they really want to read. They're going to be stuck with books that are sanitized, that are appropriate, all that type of stuff. But then again, a lot of people, they don't want to see librarians arrested. Librarians are still very much trusted. So, as I said, trying to prosecute somebody with this law when librarians are considered on high pedestals is going to be insanely difficult. Also, children find ways to circumvent this law. You know, all the child has to do is say, hey, I don't need somebody to tell me where it's at. I already know where it's at. So, as I said, children are very determined. They have they understand technology a lot more than we do. And they're going to find ways to get their hands on this stuff. And there will be sites out there that will be more than willing to let them get the book and read it. But I think that if Amazon does it, people are definitely going to be going with Kobo, mainly because the only thing that they're probably going to encounter is, you know, things being fenced off and barred, and that's only if you're a minor or something like that. Anyways, I have no intention of ever visiting Arkansas at all, but we'll see what happens. We definitely will see what happens. Anyways, that's my video for today or for tonight. Or this morning. I'm tired. I'm going to go ahead and set my alarm because I got to get up I'm going to get up about 8 o'clock, maybe like 9. I don't know. I got to be at work at 11:30, so yeah. Alright. That's it. I'll see you. Oh yeah. Oh, one more thing. I did check out a book from the library. Hold on. So, yeah, so, let's look under Discover. See here. Oh, nice. Alright. Yeah, so, yeah. So, I am, I'm definitely, so let's see here. So, yeah. Alright. Anyways, I'm going to start on, um, let's see here. Uh, what's the title of this one? Pomeranian Puzzle, Small Town Cozy Mystery by Molly Maple. Um, and there's about there's about 26 chapters, but then chapter 27 is under free preview. So yeah, so it says here, when Hannah Hart moves to a small town of Maple Blossom Bay to look after her eccentric aunt, she doesn't expect the first thing she finds to be a murder. Apple Blossom Bay is known for its fresh seafood and peaceful beaches, so when Hannah uncovers a dead body on her first day in town, she doesn't know who to trust. While her aunt has a questionable ally, every claim out of her mouth is wilder than the last. The only friend Hannah can rely on is a stray dog who was found at the scene of the crime. The sweet toy Pomeranian in need of a new home and Hannah in need of a friend she can trust. The two team up to figure out who could possibly have murdered the resident of Apple Blossom Bay. If she doesn't get to the bottom of who murdered Barb, Hannah is positive she'll be the next on the killer's list. Alright. So, and it says that it is a inclusive, cozy mystery filled with layered clues, quirky moments, written by Molly Maple, which is a pen name for a New York Times, USA Today best-selling author. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Even though I'm not warmed up to my Kobo anymore. Oh, it's a little Pomeranian. Anyways, if I like this book, I will go ahead and get book 2. Alrighty, that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.